Which mage should you really build, Mu or Thaleia? One melts infantry, the other one is pure skill nuke machine. And I've tested both of them on the battlefield. I make some changes in my legions. I'm going to talk about this in other legion. Let me break down what I learned of hundreds of fights so you don't waste your resources. I think this is very important for every player. How's it going, guys? It's Brugas here, and I'm going to talk about these two heroes that I test in my WAS fights. First, you have to ask yourself how many marches you wanna run. If it's like 4 marches, maybe Lilia, Velen, Bertrand, Tohar, Thunderlin, Thea, Bahorn, Mu. I pick Bahorn over Thaleia just because it's AoE damage. They will have skill tower tree, also is having skill tower tree, Bahorn. And I also test this bad boy, I also test Bahorn. And maybe I'm going to invest in this hero. I know this is not part from the video, but I'm going to maybe invest in the Bahorn. Skill tower tree is extremely important for mage units, especially when they have the lowest attack in Call of Dragons. Only infantry have lower attack from the mages. Now Celestials is other topic. They have obviously more attack from the Vestals, but at the end of the day I want to do huge damage, and Bahorn with the last one with Celestials can be absolutely crazy one. It's going to cover like 50% from the time. But anyway, here the point is that I even think to use Bahorn over Thaleia, but at the moment Thaleia is not builded well. I mean, she's like 5511. I even maybe should be a better idea to be like 5551. But I open the rest of these two skills. Now, something good I can say for Thaleia is she's a single target, so obviously it's also getting and get rampage, increasing by 50% the damage do for 5 seconds. She's an infantry killer. And boy oh boy, fighting against SCG opened my eyes that we need a single target killers. And the best performing legion that I was having was actually Bertrand and Tohar. Bertrand and Tohar was having more how to say, was getting me more merits from, for example, Lilia Velen. Even though Lilia Velen, you know, they have like 10% crit chance from the Velen, and at the same time Lilia is having something like from the Tawan, skill Tawan tree, having 10% chance to get 10% more critical strikes, so it's like 20% you have a chance to get some criticals. And with Lilia Velen, criticals is let's say something brutal, but there was so many infantry blink, and the hero that shined a lot was actually Bertrand. So I will start thinking about the Thea, and I make changes over my legion. So far my marches was having a great mobility, 41% mobility. But I changed that just because this is a great for the poking game. But if you have an infantry non-stop jumping in the middle of your legion, it's not like one infantry, I want to point that, it's like 4 or 5 infantry jump at the middle of your legions, stopping you like a fishing net, and whoever is in front of the infantry gets targeted by enemy infantry. I think this is one of the new strategy players start using in Call of Dragons. Back in the days when the staff play was presented, everybody was so excited, a lot of people start using this strategy. Until this day, this strategy is extremely viral and extremely popular. Still, this one, Blink Infantry, is something new. Maybe for some alliances new, for somebody it's maybe something that they do a lot of time. I see this Blink strategy before like 3 or 4 seasons, but it was not popular like right now. So I start thinking maybe I should use Thea, and currently she's in the testing phase, because right now my legions that I'm currently running is having Thea as a commander and Mu. Now I can make changes, okay? I can actually put Mu in front, because from the towns she's having the PvP town tree, which can actually give you this nice juicy march speed, and you can increase the march speed. But the point here is having more damage from the mage town tree is way better. And also you know, with Thaleia, maybe I should actually change Thaleia. as a commander, but yeah, I test them a lot. So if you run like 4 marches, I think, as I already mentioned, Lilia Velen, Bertrand Tocher, Lilia Thea, and Bahorn Mu is going to be picking, and this is what most likely I'm going to focus on in future. Now Margaret Zeta is also good fit, but you know, you have to invest in Margaret Zeta. Still I'm working on this Zeta, and yeah, maybe I'm going to make the next level, which is going to give 25 one more time, and I'm going to make Zeta like 555, and I'm going to open the last one. Right now I'm pairing her with Syndrian, because Syndrian is a very good hero for poking game. Just because the first attacks is giving you some extra damage. For the people who don't know, I know the majority of my audience is some old players who basically have absolutely crazy decent knowledge over the game, but yeah, it's basically when the fight starts, it's like the first 3 seconds watching an extra attack. It's very good for long-range warfare and this poking game. But yeah, so far this is what I suggest if you run like 4 legions, and you can add as 5 legion Margaret Zeta or Margaret Syndrian, Margaret Frygar. Margaret is working with everything, basically. Absolutely crazy hero. I'm going to share with you one small story that I have and how I am evolved from 3 to 4 marches and basically to 5 marches. Just because right now, you know, I say when you run 4 legions, but people have to know from where I actually come. And this is mostly because how many time you have. This is the first thing. So if you don't have that many time, you can just go out with 5 legions, fight, and reinforce in every maybe 40% when your legion hit like 30-40%, and you're going to get good amount of merits like this, and you're going to run like 5 legions. Now if you have more time, obviously having more time and fighting more on the battlefield, that means you're going to fill your hospital way more. So in situation like this, you can run like 3 or maybe 4 legions, strongly depend how many troops you're having. But yeah, at the moment I'm running like 5 legions. Okay, but what if you're running 3 legions? Let's talk about the priority when space is limited. And this is basically when you don't have troops, okay? Most of us was there. We don't have troops, we see a fight, but we don't have nothing, and everything is hospital. So White Lead doesn't make my top 3 mage pairing. I'm going to start from there. And my top 3 mage pairings is going to be Lilia Velen, Bertrand Tocher, and Thaleia Mu. Now, either Thaleia Mu or Thaleia Thaleia. I prefer to go with Thaleia Mu. I'm going to just maybe explain this thing for the people who don't know. And this is where is Thaleia. This is Thaleia. Now she's having pretty nice spell right here, which is, you know, giving 30% more shield and healing. So this is actually applying to also shields and healing. Now Mu for Thaleia, I think is one idea better from the Thaleia. Now Thea, sorry about that. Thea is giving shield, is awakened, is going to give more shields, but then at the end of the day I want to get a little more healing. Now Thea is, you know, giving more shields to other legions, but Mu is also healing the other legions. But the difference here is actually Mu is doing damage. Now Mu is doing good amount of damage. 1.3 Demon Jet can be transmitted 2 times between enemy legions and paid 40% less damage with each transmission, blah blah blah. It's doing damage, obviously it's doing damage. So I want to test Thaleia with Thaleia, because I was thinking, you know, I maybe should go with Thaleia Thea, Thaleia or Thaleia Mu, but yeah, it is what it is. So this is the 3 legions: Lilia Velen, Bertrand Tocher, Thaleia Mu. Thaleia just doesn't make the cut unless you're fielding more. She's backup pick when my Bahorn isn't ready. And this is true. I'm currently using Thaleia just because my Bahorn is not ready. I think Bahorn is better from Thaleia, especially with this thing here. With Celestials having a critical rate, having some a decent boost of the damage, something that Mu is having, by the way. Is giving like up to 6 damage deals bonus, up to 6% and have like 3 stacks. This is 18% for 5 seconds when she's getting some healing. So you can even, I don't think it's going to be good to use, for example, Tear of Airborne over this combo, just because you need more damage, you know, critical rate, critical strikes, you need big damage there. But anyway, Thaleia is not fighting any place there, and Mu is fighting with Thea for now. Mostly it's going to be Mu's situation like this. And I'm going to share with you one story about me, why I actually go and make Thaleia like 5511. It was like 5500, but you know, when why I decided to actually go with her, and it's mostly against SSG when I was fighting against them, it is because of those infantry. Now infantry is split around the map. Infantry do blinks. You're not going to see this thing anymore, where there's like 5 infantry army groups. None of the people are doing 5 infantry army groups anymore in Call of Dragons. The main reason is 5 army group with 5 cavalry is fine, but army group with 5 infantry is not fine, because a single infantry can actually block these 5 infantry and you can actually melt them with these AoE mages. And we start seeing AoE marksmen also. So you start seeing from where I'm actually coming and from where the people are coming, especially when they play with infantry. Better send 1 legion 10 times from sending 5 legions 2 times. It's way better. So, especially blink infantry, brother, this is a new trend in Call of Dragons. I really hate that, because I don't know if I'm that unlucky, but most of the times those infantry teleport over my Bertrand head, basically, but yeah, anyway, this is just a small story that I want to share with you guys. So far we know Thaleia is not on top 3 unless you're desperate or missing better heroes. But what about 5 legions? Well, things change if you want to run like 5 legions. When Thaleia become unnecessary, and this is in the 5 legions. Now, since we're in, this is generation 3 hero, this is the latest hero. We also have Thunderlin, which is generation 3. Obviously these 2 heroes is, you know, hand to hand. It was supposed to work together. I don't know what happened. I mean, the game built the heroes like this. But yeah, anyway, Thunderlin end up to be way more stronger from Thaleia. They have to do something about this hero. This ship needs some boost, okay? But anyway, we're looking for generation 4 now. So far we have generation 4 marksmen, we have generation 4 cavalry, which I don't have. And we're waiting for generation 4 infantry. Now generation 4 infantry is going to be absolutely key, and generation 4 mages is going to be a key point in people development over specific troop. These 2 generations is going to the whole Call of Dragons community is going to look over the infantry and mages that's coming, especially the mages. Now, having Bertrand and Tocher back in the days in generation 2, not many people was fighting because this is single target mages. After this, we're presented with Thunderlin Thea, and Thunderlin is okay, she's fine, but Thaleia is not that good, okay? And right now we're looking for something game-changing from point of mages. I personally, as mage main, as part from the mage guild, okay, let's say from the mage guild, I'm looking for something crazy to happen with those mages, because all the troops get some boosts mages didn't have. Now I end up in very interesting conversation. I was like, when we're expecting mages to get some buffs, brother, still people are playing mages. They didn't stop. Why the mages should need a buff? From one point, those people are right. A lot of people are playing mages, but still, I'm expecting some buffs for the mages. Anyway, with 5 legions, obviously, most likely you have to pick Thaleia. I mean, the main reason is just there is just not enough mages in the game so far. We're up to generation 3. We can use generation 2, which is Mu with Bahorn, but it's not going to be enough. So for the 5, if you want to run 5 pure mages, you have to use Thaleia. So I guess this will for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit one like, subscribe, become a member, and I wish you a great day and see you in the next video.